Imagine that you could be anyone or anything you wanted. Let your imagination run wild. Imagine your whole world was a song, and everywhere around you, music greeted you with its melodic embrace. You can sing to the world like you're in your home shower, except you're not. You're on stage at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, crossing the proscenium to meet your anxious audience. You open your mouth and the most beautiful sound comes out. You feel a rush of confidence, energy, and pure joy. And the best part is, your bank account is filling while you're at it. Welcome to the world of opera singing, a unique art form around which revolves an entire culture of confident, talented, and sophisticated musicians. By better understanding opera as a culture, what opera is, I hope you'll better appreciate opera as a culture and the type of people who comprise it. First, I will talk about opera as a culture and the type of people who comprise it, and next I will talk about how I relate to the culture of opera singing. By joining opera, one joins a family, which can be encouraging at times and strict at others. Opera singers generally exhibit similar characteristics. Confidence and commitment to our craft is important. Passion for music is also necessary. Commitment to rehearsal schedules is crucial. And amid all the stresses of opera on stage and off, all opera singers show support for one another. Simply put, opera is an antique art form involving heavy scenery, singing, and staging. I say antique because it's been around since the 16th century and is therefore the longest survived stage art. But when you think of opera, you probably think of singing and, well, singing. That's because opera is entirely composed of song. This is one of the many ways to distinguish opera from musicals and plays. Singing is the focal point of any opera production. Just like character-to-character dialogue is necessary in a play to understand its plot, singing is necessary in opera for the audience to follow along with the storyline. There are certain characteristics that all opera singers have that help advance their careers. As I mentioned before, commitment and confidence. It takes a lot of effort to sing an opera in the first place. You know why you haven't heard about opera singing so much? It's hard. Not many people can do it, and this is just the reason why it's pretty rare. And as they also rehearsals. Developing your voice, though, is only one part to the opera singing culture. Rehearsals are group meetings, in a sense, for opera singers, and this is where they sort of get to share all their hard work and combine efforts for the real goal, the performance. And it takes a lot of effort to go and sit down for 6 hours and just sing. So, if you don't live and breathe, they say, don't do it. So now that I've shared a bit about opera singing as a culture, I kind of want to talk about how I relate to opera singing. My first experience with professional singing was actually not in a choir, but rather as an opera singer in the LA Opera Community Outreach production of Neues Flute. 4 short years ago, I entered my first opera rehearsal, wide-eyed, awed, and unbelievably nervous. This is the first experience I had, and quite frankly, it was a thrill. It actually opened me up to a range of opportunities, including LACC, or Los Angeles Children's Chorus, of which I am still remembered today. Through LACC, I continue my work with LA Opera, getting to perform in their productions of Falstaff and Billy Budd. I really fit in well with the culture of opera singing. I love developing my voice no matter how long it takes or how much work it requires. Singing is like sort of a therapeutic practice for me. It's like meditation. Every time I do it, I need to focus on my breath. And with one exhale, all my troubles melt away. It's really quite great. And honestly, also I love showing up to rehearsals and sharing pretty much all that I've worked with my fellow opera singers and watching them as they develop their own voices. I love working with them to make our performances the best they can possibly be. So in conclusion, let's review what I talked about today. First, I hope you gain a better appreciation of opera singing, the culture of opera singing, and how I relate to it. First, I talked about opera singing as a culture and the type of people who comprise it. Next, I talked a little bit about how I fit in as a member of the culture. Opera is a world with no boundaries. You can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want. There's always an audience watching you, but if you peel away the house lights, you're singing for you in the end. It's a gratifying and rewarding experience that, frankly, not many have pursued. So many have tried and failed after they realized it was more than they bargained for. But personally, I couldn't be happier and prouder to announce my membership. And now I extend an offering for all of you to just go and see an opera. As they say, once a singer, always a singer. Thank you.